Ugly Man News Channel. The Ugly Man News Channel. So I'm just going to start doing segments like this where I get a lot of news in today. And I have multiple stories to talk about. We're just going to start doing it like this where I just bring out like a whole news segment and we go over through the news. And I have a couple of stories here that I'd like to talk about today. And look at this here today. So we have our boy, Mr. Blueface, who Chipotle seems to be sponsoring him, and it looks like if you have even of a real or a fake tattoo on your face, they will give you buy one get one free. Not even just want something free; it's a buy one get one if you have a temporary or drawn on tattoo. So, according to Fox 13, Chipotle is offering a 1 hour BOGO for tattooed guests on Friday the 13th from 3 to 4 p.m. Kind of a weird type of thing they got going on here. It's not even Halloween. So, guests with any tattoo, permanent, temporary, or drawn on, can buy one entree and get another one free. The offer is limited to 5 free items per person and only at participating U.S. and Canada locations. Okay, so on the 13th, Friday the 13th, if you are interested in getting some Chipotle, all you have to do is get one of those little scratch-on tattoos. That's probably the best deal you're ever going to get from Chipotle because they are always nickel and diming people to death with their small portion sizes. And, a lot of people were getting tired of Chipotle, so maybe this is something that they can go ahead and, I don't know, woo back their audience with, okay? So good for them. So we have next story up here now. We have Mexico's president rejects Trump's plan to use military against drug cartels. She says, "We proudly say no." Mexico President Claudia Sheinbaum announces she's rejecting President Trump from using the U.S. military to eliminate the drug cartels in Mexico. She says, "We proudly say no." And we proudly say that's why we think you're owned by the cartels, because what person in their right mind would reject military support to help your own country and to get these cartels out of the government, get them out for good? And it's like the cartels have their grip so strong around the entire country and entire country and government of Mexico that it's pretty much a failed state. And Mexico, man, like even and I heard there were stories of about 20 something people, presidential candidates, died before this woman even got in and took office. So everybody's thinking it's the cartel. It smells, it reeks of the cartel. This lady, she needs to get prosecuted like they did the prime minister or whatever it is, the president of Venezuela. So that's that news story here for today. And then also we have Trump. Looks like he wants to run for a third term. Constitutional amendment to allow Trump's third term introduced in the House. So I don't know how real or true that is. I mean, that would be pretty interesting if this actually goes down. They're actually like giving it a chance. So it does say a constitutional amendment has been introduced in the House to let the President Trump serve a third term. Representative Andy Olges just dropped H.J. Res 29 to update this 22nd Amendment, allowing up to 3 elected terms. Now, that's crazy if they actually go ahead and go through with that, and Trump actually gets to, be a president for the third term. That would be really unconstitutional, I would think. But I mean, hey, if you're pushing the boundaries and the limits of being president, I mean, that's okay, I guess. But with Trump, I still don't agree with like all of his policies. Like I don't agree with the tariffs. Um, Everything else is pretty sound to me. Like I like what he did with the immigration, but the tariffs I feel like are destroying the job market. I feel like that's not getting enough light as it needs to be given, because the tariffs are really destroying the job market. It's destroying businesses. Have you not seen like all the businesses that are trying to sue him? It's like up to like 1,000 businesses here now. Even Nintendo is trying to sue President Trump over his tariffs. I think the tariffs are a terrible idea, and he needs to repeal them immediately. Like it's nothing but a tax on the American people. And that's all it is. It's an extra super import tax. And, some of the stores that I like to shop at, I can't even shop at anymore because they're so sick of America. They increase their shipping prices up tenfold to like about $200 if you want to order anything. I just don't think those tariffs are a good idea. Okay, so that's President Trump, and this is the story of the day here. This is what really, sorry, there's like a freaking fly flying around. This is what really kind of grinded my gears here. So, um, the Pentagon went on a staggering spending spree under Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, blowing through 93 million in September alone and at the end of 2025 fiscal year. And much of it had nothing to do with national security. And that's just like messed up, dude, because you guys were taking away food stamps from American people, and then you're sitting around doing the same exact thing pretty much as America's footing the bill for your luxurious eating habits. And like if it's a lobster or it's king crab, it's all labeled as food. It all goes into the diet. It's like they get to eat as much of amazing food as they want to eat, like more food than we can afford. And it's like, when did becoming a public servant means that you were like the king and queen of the land? And it's like you could just lavishly eat lobster and crab anytime you freaking want for free on the backs of the American people. And this is the one story that really sickened me to death. According to our watchdog group, Open the Books, the Defense Department spent 98 billion on a 98,000 on a Steinway grand piano, 5.3 million on Apple devices, 225 million on furniture, and even 12,000 on fruit basket stands. Like fruit basket stands, bro? Come on, bro. You could have like, what are they doing in there? Just making it all homely and stuff? Like furniture? Like, look, 60,000 on Herman Miller recliners. Like, what are you guys doing in there? Like going to sleep? Like just eating a great meal and you go to sleep, you watch some TV, you wake up, you got breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You get paid $200,000. Like the Pentagon, I knew that was such a useless freaking building, bro. They don't even know what's really going on underneath in the black markets of America itself. They have no idea, man. Literally no idea. And they don't care either. They're living like kings and queens in the Pentagon, sitting around at a table, not doing shit, and even eating steak and lobster every day. And then while off our backs, and we're sitting here paying for this crap like billions of dollars. This says $92 billion in September alone. In September alone, $93 billion in food? Bro, what the freak, man? Now, this is the story that really pissed me off. And I had a whole bunch of stories other to go with it, so I thought, hey, we'll just do a whole news broadcast on this. But yeah, this is insane here. And it's saying, meanwhile, like, look, the Pentagon also spent lavishly on luxury foods, 6.9 million on lobster tail. Like, bro, what? Dude, there's people out here homeless and struggling, and you guys are living like kings and queens, not doing anything. Like, dude, at a normal job, you have to pay for your lunch every day. And I understand they're in the government, they're in like the army and the private sectors and stuff like that. But I just find it astonishing. Like, you guys like should have some type of struggle up in there. Like, there should be some type of freaking struggle going on at least. Like, what the freak? You shouldn't be able to eat this good food for free. I can understand if you're paying for it, but for free? That just blows my mind here. So, guys, that's all I'm saying here for today's news. Leave a like, comment, subscribe what you think on these stories. Should I keep doing this segment? Let me know, guys. Let me know. You guys have a great rest of your day here.